Brown with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with mail day number 74. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Jordans again. I think I had 9 Jordans in mail day number 73, but we got 9 Jordans again. 8 of them are PSA 8s. One of them is a PSA 10 that I was really excited to pick up, and I thought I got it for a pretty good price. It's not an easy card to find. So let's not waste any time. Let's get you cranking. I call it 10-minute mail days for a reason. Let's try to keep it at or near 10. I've been looking up some more of these cards and kind of showing you some more pairings as we've been doing these recently, and I think people are sort of liking that. So card number 1's a rare card. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. Even in PSA 8, this is a pretty tough card to pick up. This is the 1995 Hoops Skyview. If you don't believe me, go check out the pack odds online and you will see these cards are really tough to pull. It's Alien Jordan, that's what everybody says, because it doesn't even look like Michael Jordan's face, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think it does either. That does not look like Jordan. It almost looks like Bo Outlaw in Michael Jordan's uniform, which is horrible, and I don't mean to offend you, Michael, but pretty cool card. It just says Michael in script down here at the bottom, no Jordan, so it's a very personalized type card. Skyview at the top. The back of it's kind of like baby blue, the front of it's pink, and it's just like a reverse image, as you can see on the screen. So pick that PSA 8 up. That's great because I already had this BGS 9.5, so that's from a high-end collection. I've got the 9.5 Min Gem, and for the low-end collection, I've got the PSA 8, which you just saw. Looking this card up on Card Ladder, I don't have my sale up here. I think I bought it on eBay. This is probably mine at $321. I was willing to stretch a little over the last one because I saw the ones before that were $350, and then that can't be right at $123, and then $300. So I think this is mine. I'm not certain. It could be the $302, which would make me really happy. I've got it in a spreadsheet off camera. It's not important enough to me go look up the $19 difference, but that's it. This is what the card's done over the last year. If you look at the card over maybe the last 6 months, it looks a little different, right? Up 41%. The PSA 9 is down 12%. The PSA 10 you just don't see very often. It sold for $3,400 here, and then the last one sold about 11 days ago for $1,909. 11 days from the day I'm recording this, I should say. So a lot of volatility there with the PSA 10. Interesting. The BGS 9.5, which I have a copy of, is down over the last 6 months. It's only a pop 96, so there's just not a lot of these out there. If you look at the pop report, between Beckett and PSA, 500, a little shade over 500 have ever been graded. The gem rate's really not that bad, to be quite honest with you. But going back to our list here, that was card number 1, the PSA 8 Skyview to go along with my 9.5. Next on the list is the card I'm probably the most excited about. It's a PSA 10. And you know I've been heavy on the PSA 8s lately, so I forked over some cash, picked up this PSA 10. I know for a fact because I've got it in my spreadsheet and I bought it on eBay. I paid $455 for this. This is the 1996 metal, card number 128. It's a subset card, metalized down here. So it's got the metal net in the background with the basketball texture. It's got the Fleer metal symbol up there at the top, and it says metalized down there at the bottom. Cool card, really good looking card on the back. I just really like the back of that card. PSA 10s are not easy to track down. This is my metalized family. I've got the 10 that you're looking at that I picked up in this mail day, and then I have 2 PSA 8s, which are $15 to $20 cards. Very easy to find. The grade is what makes the card valuable. And here's what's weird. I've got Card Ladder pulled up. Card Ladder showing the last sale of this card was $745 back in June. I picked it up for $455. I know I did because I have the card and I've got the data and I've got the eBay sold comp. So I'm not sure why Card Ladder didn't pick it up, but doesn't really matter that much to me. You can see the card went $450 in 2021, $399.99, so $400 basically in 2021 just before Christmas, jumped to $745, and then I was happy to pick it up for $455. I was actually really thrilled. I texted my good friend Zach and said, hey, I think I just found a really good bargain on a pretty hard to find card. The card in PSA 10 is a pop 62, and you can see it's got a 4% gem rate, so the card's not rare. It's been graded 1,400 times by PSA, but only 62 gems, so pretty cool. Card Ladder's got a 584 approximate value. I'm sure that would be adjusted if they picked mine up, and I don't know why they did. Anyway, that's it. Fleer Metalized PSA 10 is card number 2. Card number 3 is one of my favorites, right? We talk about Warp Speed, we talk about Slick Silver. I love this New Heights. It's got the Ghost Jordans, copyright Christina's PC from the crossover fame and from Card Ladder. Christina called these Ghost Jordans, or maybe it was Chris, I'm not sure. But multiple Jordan figures in the background, just like on the Slick Silver. And that's what this card features. Just a great looking card from 1995 Fleer. It's a true insert card number 4 in the set. It's a PSA 8. The back of it's cool looking too. It's kind of got that, space, I don't even know what you call it, Twilight Zone, like rays emanating out from the epicenter. But again, Ghost Jordans on the back as well. 3 Ghost Jordans on the front, only 2 Ghost Jordans behind him on the back. But pulling this card up in what I have in my collection, I have this PSA 8, which I picked up that I didn't have, and I already had this beautiful PSA 10 copy as well. So that was card number 3 on the mail day, is this 1995 Fleer New Heights PSA 8. Card number 4 is the aforementioned 1995 Metal Slick Silver. Card number 3 of the set. It's a PSA 8. Again, this is one of the hardest cards in the universe to take a picture of. But trust me, when you get a good one, and I'll show you one in just a second, it is a really good looking card. That's the PSA 8. Here's one that I can show you. That's a PSA 10 right there. And you can see the Ghost Jordans trailing them in the background. That's a great picture of this card. That's probably better than the card looks in hand. That's how good that picture is. But I have a little family here of Slick Silver. So I've got 1, 2, 3 PSA 10s. And it's not that this PSA 10 is like dark or yellow or anything. It's just not a good picture, because this is a PSA 10 and then this is a PSA 10. It doesn't even look like the same card. It looks like a totally different color. So 3 PSA 10s and then a relatively affordable PSA 8. If we look up the Slick Silver, this is a card that's moving, and it might be because I have a big mouth. And every time I talk about undervalued, easy to obtain Jordan inserts that I like, that I think other collectors would like, I mention New Heights, Warp Speed, and Slick Silver. And every time I mention that, it must be working. I must have a big mouth. People are starting to watch the channel and it's working. Not that I want to pump the price up, because I'm the one buying the card, as you can see from the mail day, but this is what the PSA 8 has done over the past just 3 months. It sold 18 times to pop 194 card, but look at this, $73. It's gotten all the way up here to 117.50. Like, percentage wise, that's a meaningful movement, right? And we've got a large sample size, kind of documenting it, but it's, look, this should be more than a $100 card for sure. It's not the rarest card in the world. There's the 1,000 graded by PSA, 500 graded by Beckett. The gem rate is actually pretty decent. The issue is usually the yellowing of the surface. The corner, it's an acetate card if you haven't held it in your hand. So corners and edges tend to stay really sharp and crisp. Centering, good luck. I don't know. It's borderless. But surface is usually the issue, as it'll start to gray or yellow a little bit, and that'll make the card turn ugly. So it's really hard to get good pictures of this card. Even clean, clear copies don't look good for some reason when it's photographed. It doesn't like to be a photograph, sort of like me. Anyway, PSA 10, there are 244 of those. That's a $700 card. I wanted to go back and show you, it's not just the 8 that's running. If we look at the PSA 9, the PSA 9 is up 60% for the Slick Silver. If we look at the PSA 10, the PSA 10 is about flat. So the 10's flat, the 9 and the 8 are outperforming the 10. Go figure. Who would have guessed that? What is the BGS 9.5 doing? Up 26%. So I don't think it's a stretch to say that card's actually doing really well on the current market. Anyway, next on the list is a little bitty teeny tiny baby card. This is the 2002 Topps Verticality, not Topps Chrome, but Topps, and it is an insert, and it's kind of a foily kind of card. It looks like a refractor, but it's not, but I think it's a really cool card, and it's a unique little insert set that would be fun to collect. I know Vince has a card in here, and I don't know for sure. I should have looked this up on Trading Card Database before I opened my big mouth. I think Kobe has a Verticality, but I might be wrong on that. I have to go check. Anyway, let's go back. So for Verticality, I've got a little pairing here of that as well. So I've got the PSA 10, which is a nice looking little card there. Again, not the rarest card in the world. And then I've got the PSA 8 that we're looking at today here that I picked up in my deal. So I'm done with that, right? I've got the 8, I've got the 10. I can put that one to bed and move on. I won't be picking up duplicate copies. Next is the Upper Deck Choice StarQuest Blue. I did a little research to try to understand this. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think there's a StarQuest Blue, a StarQuest StarQuest Red, a StarQuest Green, and then there is a elusive, extremely valuable StarQuest Gold, which I don't have in my high-end collection. And as far as doing a PSA 10 8 pairing, you can throw that out the window. Those cards are miserable to grade, and so the StarQuest Gold in any grade will be part of my Jordan high-end collection if and when the time ever comes where I can secure that card. That is a very highly coveted card, a very highly sought-after card by many members of the Jordan card collecting community. So picking that card up would be a very big deal. Stay tuned. It may happen soon, but it's a card that I don't have that I do need. I'm trying to go ahead and grab the red, the green, the blue in 8s and 10s. That is something that's relatively affordable. I should be able to pull off. The 8s especially are not expensive at all, so easy to find cards here. It's nothing special. Next on our list is the SPX Bronze, and that's what that card looks like. Just a little bronze version of the 1997 SPX base, and then right behind it, we got another one. I accidentally bought two. Again, I keep doing this. I don't know what's wrong with me and why I forget what I have and haven't bid on, but picked up two of them. Hopefully picked them up for good prices. I'm sure I paid about the same for each one of those, but that's what the SPX Bronze look like. I showed you the SPX base recently. I think there's also a sky blue, and then of course there's the grand finale, which I have in my high-end Jordan collection as well. And the SPX Grand Finale that I have is a PSA 9, I believe. So pretty big time card right there. That Grand Finale, I think, is numbered to 50 if I recall. And then I picked up this 1992 Upper Deck Award winner hologram PSA 8. There's a 91 Upper Deck Award winner, and then I think there's 92 Upper Deck Award winner. And recently, and you'll see this in future videos, I just picked up a couple PSA 10 international holograms. The French and the Italian are the two that I picked up in PSA 10, and I think it's the 1992, it's this hologram, so I think that's what I picked up. But honest to God, those holograms are very confusing because there's international with a bunch of different countries, and then there's 91, and then there's 92, and then there's multiples within the award winner sets because he won MVP, scoring title, stuff like that. So there's a lot more to the story when it comes to these holograms. I am doing my best to chase them in PSA 8 and 10, but it's going to be like 30 freaking holograms, I think, when all is said and done, between the 2 years, between the two grades, and between all the different variations. So we'll see. We'll see if I can even accomplish that. But going back to our list, that's it. We're at the 12-minute mark. So to wrap it up, I picked up the Hoop Skyview PSA 8, which is a pretty expensive card, pretty decent card. It's doing really well on the open market. Let's see if we can pull it up here again. There it is. It's about a $300 card. So it's not just your throw-in 8, right? It's a rare card. It's Alien Jordan. What else can you ask for? And then I picked up the PSA 10 Metalized, which I'm thrilled with. And I think Metalized is supposed to be spelled with 2 L's. Am I wrong? No, 2 L's. So PWCC spelled it wrong. And when I looked it up and I couldn't find it, it made me very nervous. But that's how you spell Metalized. So we're good there. And then, sorry, back to the list. And then I picked up the New Heights, the Slick Silver, two of my favorite undervalued, off the radar Jordan inserts. Great inserts to pick up for new Jordan collectors. Go check those out. New Heights, Warp Speed, Slick Silver. I like those three as relatively affordable Jordan inserts to pick up. And then the 2002 Topps Verticality pairing is complete. StarQuest Blue is done. I need red and green in PSA 8. And then the gold is obviously big time. Push that off for another day. Two, accidentally, SPX Bronze, PSA 8s, and then the 92 Upper Deck Award winner PSA 8 as well. That's it, guys. That does it for the mail day. Let me know what you think about these cards. Let me know what you think about these pickups. You guys have any of these inserts? Do you have any of these cards? Are you looking for these cards? Am I missing something on some of these cards? Sometimes I make mistakes and misspeak, and so correct me if I misspeak or I state something that is incorrect. But this was kind of a fun one because the Skyview, the Metalized, the New Heights, the Slick Silver, all of those are true inserts, and I really, well, not the Metalized, but the rest are. And anytime I pick up a PSA 10 I don't have, that's obviously a really good feeling. So I was happy to pick it up at $455. I think that was a good price considering the last one sold for $750. Although, obviously, prices have come down on that card probably since then. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Hope you're having a great weekend. You're always going to see these mail days. I think you're always going to see these mail days on Saturday and Sunday mornings. So, I hope you're having a great weekend. Spend some time with your family, people you love. Kiss and hug everybody because we don't know how long we have. Sorry, that sounded morbid, but it's always a good reminder that there's more to life than the hobby. There's more to life than ourselves, and we need to remind the people around us that we love them. So, sorry, that is really Mr. Phil. What's his name? Dr. Phil? Yeah, that sounded really Dr. Phil. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm rambling now. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.